I used to think grief fades with time, that the ache dulls, the memories soften. I was wrong. My wife, Claire, died 2 years ago in a car accident. Since then, I've lived in quiet survival mode, raising our 8-year-old daughter Lily the best I could. Every morning I packed her lunch, tied her shoes, and told myself that someday the pain would stop echoing through the walls of our house. It was a Friday afternoon when everything changed. Lily's school called around 4:15 p.m., asking if I'd already picked her up. No, I said, confused. I'm on my way right now. The secretary hesitated. That's strange, she left 10 minutes ago with her mom. I couldn't breathe. My mind rejected the words outright. That's impossible, I whispered. Her mother's dead. The woman stammered, apologizing, insisting it must be a mistake, maybe another relative, but we had none nearby. I drove to the school faster than I ever had in my life. The parking lot was nearly empty when I arrived. My heart pounded painfully as I ran inside. The staff gathered, pale and uneasy. One of them said they could show me the security footage. I didn't want to see it, but I needed to. The footage began at the school's front gate. Parents walked up, kids ran to hug them, the usual Friday chaos. Then, at exactly 4:06 p.m., a figure stepped into view. A woman in a long beige coat, hair in a loose ponytail, moving with calm, familiar grace. My breath caught. Even in grainy video, I recognized her. The tilt of her head, the gentle stoop of her shoulders. It was Claire. I froze. She walked straight toward Lily's classroom. When Lily appeared, her face lit up with joy. She ran into the woman's arms. The woman knelt, hugged her tight and took her hand. They walked out of frame like any ordinary mother and daughter. Can you zoom in? I asked, voice trembling. The frame sharpened just enough to see her face. My heart stopped. It was Claire, or someone who looked exactly like her. Same eyes, same smile, even the small scar near her temple from the accident. But it couldn't be. Claire was gone. I had buried her myself. The room fell silent. The principal put a hand on my shoulder, asking if I wanted to call the police. I didn't answer. I was already dialing 911, hands shaking violently. 911, what's your emergency? My daughter, I stammered, staring at the paused frame on the monitor. My dead wife just picked her up from school. Within minutes, 2 patrol cars arrived. I showed the footage. My voice barely held. The officers exchanged uneasy glances, probably thinking I was in shock or delusional. But when they watched the clip themselves, disbelief replaced skepticism. They issued an alert immediately. One officer escorted me home while the others searched nearby routes. Every second felt like an eternity. I kept replaying the video in my head, searching for a reflection, a shadow, something that could explain it. When we arrived, the front door was ajar. My stomach twisted. I stepped inside, calling for Lily. No response. Then I heard faint humming from upstairs, the same lullaby Claire used to sing every night. My knees nearly buckled. I followed the sound to Lily's room. She was sitting on her bed, smiling softly. "Daddy, Mommy's here," she said, pointing toward the window. My eyes darted there. The curtains swayed slightly, as if someone had just slipped out. I ran outside, but there was no one. Only the fading scent of Claire's favorite perfume in the cool evening air. Later, when the police reviewed the footage again, something new emerged. A reflection in a nearby car window. The woman's face flickered, distorted, like static on a broken screen. The officers had no answers. They called it a possible kidnapping, but how do you file a report against a ghost? That night, I sat on Lily's bed, holding her close as she whispered, "Mommy said she misses you." And for the first time since her death, I believed.